Hello and welcome back from Thanksgiving break. This is week 14, and this week we are going to end the learning portion of the semester by covering chapter 18, which is going to be the endocrine system. So what I mean when I say we're going to end the learning is that this is the last week that will be basically normal, where you'll have, a chapter to read, a PowerPoint to look at, and homework to do and flashcards to make, because next week, week 15, you're going to have exam 4, and then the week after that, which is week 16, is just for final exams. So our last learning week. Here is a brief overview and instructions for you as you get ready to tackle the week. Here we go. Alright, like I just said, this week is going to look very standard to you. So let's start with breaking things down a little bit here. Your objectives are to identify endocrine glands and their hormones, and try to understand the functions of these hormones, analyze the medical terms related to these glands and hormones, and then to extend that and identify abnormal conditions that result from excessive or deficient secretions from these glands. You will notice very familiar tasks in the assignment list, which are, watch this video, I've got the role and anatomy of the pancreas video for you, and then Giants Part 2. I want you to start off, like I've listed here, with the 3 videos in sequence. I think that'll prepare you nicely to then go into the chapter, the PowerPoint slides, and then the flashcards. I have given you some soft deadlines on each of those tasks to kind of keep you on track for the week if you needed just that little extra push. You have one final homework assignment. It's going to be on chapter 18. I have listed number 8 right here to please complete the end of course eval. That is located on Blackboard on a tab over on the left. And that one is due, it's actually Saturday, December 12th at 11:59 p.m. And that's the time that CWI actually sets for that. That's not something that I control. I do really, really look forward to your comments, though. It is very helpful, like I said in previous weeks, for me, the department, and the school to get as many of your feedback sheets, comments as possible, because large sample size gives us a more, objective data set, if you want to say. And then lastly, email me when questions arise. Let's take a look at the activities for this week. Here's the first of the 2 educational videos for you to view this week, the role and anatomy of the pancreas, as well as Giants Part 2. They will give you a great setup for handling the rest of the chapter. As always, you have some textbook work to do this week. This week is just one chapter, chapter 18, all on the endocrine system. I have given you the pages to read as well as the indications of where the exercises are, and one final PowerPoint for you to look at. Let's take a look here at the chapter 18 homework. In this homework assignment, you are going to look at each of the endocrine glands in the body, just endocrine this time, and you're going to note their location and structure, basically, how they look, what their form is. You're going to also indicate each one's function or job, the hormones that they each secrete, and then lastly, here's where you're going to do some color coding for me. You're going to list the pathology. So think back to what pathology means, pathos, study of, and in blue writing, you're going to indicate what happens when there's a hyposecretion of that hormone, so less than normal. And then in red, you're going to list the hyper secretion results, so more than normal production of a given hormone. So you may use outside sources to figure out any of the answers for the pathologies on any of the glands, including ovaries and testes. Do not be afraid to use academic sources that are not in your textbook. This chart will likely take you a while to complete, and you should have complete and thorough answers for each column. Be sure to scroll down to the bottom to see the diagram of it. And as always, this assignment will be due just about 1 week from today, so Sunday, December 6th at 11:59 p.m. I have also given you right here an example for the pathology section. Which pathology, disease, illness, or situation will occur with too much secretion or hypersecretion of thyroid hormone? Lastly, I'd like to bring your attention to an announcement that I actually posted on Sunday, November 29th. Tutoring Services at CWI is offering several study skills workshops. They are going to be in several locations on several different days at several different times. The first offering that they have is final exam preparation and test-taking strategies. These workshops are occurring at the following times. If you are interested in that, awesome. If you also feel that you might need some test anxiety reduction techniques, those events are occurring at the times listed. Space is limited, and you can actually sign up for any of these workshops at the link provided. If you do attend any of these workshops, attendance is actually taken at all of them, and that information is passed on to instructors. So I will be able to give you 10 points of extra credit just for attending. Lastly, for real, lastly this time, I wanted to draw your attention to the great success that we had with this year's Hats and Gloves for Farmway donation drive. It was the Friday before break that I drove out to Caldwell and dropped off 69 pairs of gloves, 31 hats, 1 scarf, and 1 pair of toe socks. I think one of you maybe mistook the toe socks for gloves. I drove them out to Farmway Village in Caldwell, and here's a picture there of all the donations. This is actually the entrance to Farmway when you drive up there, and then this is La Tiendita, which is the little store where the donation items were distributed last week during Thanksgiving week. And with that, that summarizes our last learning week together. When questions, concerns, issues arise, reach out to me via email. I will now be back checking my email very regularly as break has concluded. So I want to welcome you back for the final home stretch. And, you guys got this. Reach out to me whenever you need it. I'm here to help you. So, best wishes for a great week.